Hello, April.
Hello, Jessica. Good evening, everybody.
How are
And
you?
I am trying to be okay. Daily
That's the
events.
best that we can do.
Welcome, everybody, to Mom Life with April and Jessica.
Jessica and April.
And today's topic is going to be creating a daily agenda. Um, just to kind of point out to help you be a little bit more organized on a daily. Um, free
Starting
up
with your
some
morning
of your
agenda.
right, free up
Creating,
some of your daily stress.
right. Because it's really funny because a lot of people put a lot of emphasis on having routine. And as moms, it's super difficult to have routine sometimes unless you, in particular, don't work from home. Um, I know when I was working outside the home, it was a lot easier for me to have routine, get my son ready for school and, head out the door, take him to school, get to work. But working from home, specifically for myself, and as he's gotten older, having more challenges has definitely gotten um, difficult for me. And a routine is basically out of the window. So I wake up, I can say, and put my feet on the ground, and I'm just like, oh God, it's another day. And that is so horrible. That is so horrible, April. I hate that. But it's the honest truth. It's like, sometimes fighting in the morning to take him to school and, get him ready. It's just, that's all I could think about is just like, oh my God, it's another day and it's going to be the whole thing all over again. And, you know,
Well,
I'm not alone.
you're not.
I
And we
know.
all have our challenges. I know y'all heard that dog bark, but that's why you only see Mom Life above my head. It is chaos behind me. And you might see me duck out, guys. I haven't eaten a thing all day, so I might get a little bite in every now and then. But
Part of it.
agenda, knowing your agenda, it creates organization and a routine. Raina, go sit down. It creates an agenda or a routine, not only for you and your organization, but your kids and just get them going. And it's a lot of things we don't want to do in life. I know. Um, I love being a mom, but sometimes I don't feel like it either. Like, but you know, who has a choice? We have the kids, we got to take care of them, but you know, at the same time, it's a struggle with your daily. So, um, only thing we can really do is, take it day by day. Um, try and look into maybe um, finding just a way to checklist your day. Even if it's just for a couple days, checklist your days. For maybe your week and see, what you have to do, even if out of the ordinary. Um,
Sometimes planning like the night before is easier. I know a lot of people, they tend to write down a list before bed and they put down what is the most important thing that they're going to do that day or the next day, I should say. And they kind of set themselves up for what they're going to do. Um, Being completely clear with like what my particular morning routine is like is hysterical. So, and I only advise it in particular situations. And it is for people who cannot deal with the BS of their children in the morning. April's got 4 kids at home, 3 kids at home, sorry, 3 kids at home. Her oldest is not home anymore. But I have one, and he drains me to no end. So I have made it perfectly clear to everyone that I know in the morning after he leaves, I go and I take a, I don't call it a mommy break. I call it my morning reset. It's called my morning reset. And I've told people about this. I have emphasized that I'm going back and doing my morning reset. And what that basically is I get my son dressed. We usually fight for about 10, 15 minutes. Get him dressed, get him off to school, gets on the bus. I say, oh, thank God he isn't in school. I'm like, oh my God, it's a couple hours to myself. And I go back to sleep. Yes, I go back to sleep because my goal is I want to wake up now. I'm not fantasizing about this. I understand that this sounds absurd. I want to wake up and I literally want to stand on my veranda with a cup of coffee, looking out at the sun and the cabana boy and the pool boy. I'm not a fantasy, April. This is my life. This is what I want. And I want to look and just be like, yoo-hoo, Doris. Lovely day. So I go back to sleep.
That's what it is.
I go back to sleep in my slumber and I'm just like, okay. So when I wake up, I can go and have a cup of coffee and make believe I'm on that veranda. And he's out of school. It's literally that chaos resets my brain. I wake up, I put my feet on the ground and I can have a gratitude journal out. I can have my breakfast, make an egg, make some toast, avocado. Sorry, April, I know you hate avocados. Have my coffee, make my phone call to April, get myself ready to work, take a shower, listen to some music. There is infinite amounts of things I can do, but I'm telling you, that is called my morning reset. And that to me is essential. Sometimes I say, yeah, I'm sleeping late. I'm not really sleeping late. I'm going back to sleep because the stress of getting him ready, even if it's a half an hour in the morning, but the stress of getting him ready is not how I want to start my day. It is not how I want to start my day. So I will
make your whole day bad. Like you just exhausted from dealing with unnecessary bull.
And that's not what I want. I want to wake up. Like I said, I want to wake up and look and be like, and I want to act like I have this beautiful life, meditate and stand outside and like downward facing dog and everything, or at least have the option to feel like that in the morning. And let's face it, I can't get up before him. He's up with the birds. I can't get up before him. And to do it is impossible. I would never get enough of sleep. And when he goes to school, that's all I do. I actually work my day around when possible, unless there's an appointment or something unforeseeable or work or something I have to do. I work my day around that. So my office hours technically start at 10 because my morning reset is me going back to sleep for another hour when he goes to school. And that's me. And that's the best advice I can give to somebody that is able to do a morning reset. Again, I only have one child. So that's my advice. I write stuff down. As I used to be a weekly planner person. I mean, I used to have my month planned out, my week planned out to a T, to the hour. I mean, like super, super, like to the minute. But I've kind of shied away to that since, COVID and everything. And it's not to say I don't still do it, but definitely working from home and having to deal with my son as he gets older. This is something I found I have to do for myself, my sanity. My sanity.
And
I still don't have a coffee pot either, April. I just wanted to
Oh my God.
But I made coffee yesterday morning. It came out really good. I did it in just the regular pot, stove top.
You like just regular pot, stove top? Yeah.
What's your morning like?
My morning is, I usually take my husband to work, so that gets me going. I get started slowly, just getting started, but I do my basics. when I wake up and, run out with them. I get my daily coffee and, come home. The baby sleeps a little later than everybody else. And I make sure that the kids are in their classes. Well, at least I think they're in their classes. I mean, it's just the daily. It's the daily. Like I said, I can't even explain it. I do have like, since I run businesses, I have like, one day is usually the day that I'll work on this business, and then this day for this business. Then I got to go to work for the doctor, and
Yeah. And you take your husband to work by yourself, or do the kids go with you at all?
If the baby is awake, then she'll go. But the kids, sometimes they'll go if we got somewhere else to go. But most of the time they're in class, so I take them and then I come back because it's not even that far from the house, and they're old enough to stay home.
That's kind of nice, though, if you think about it.
But
I mean, I don't have a significant other to take to work or actually even enjoy my life with. But if I did, I mean, and take them to work, and you get to hang out in the car for a little distance.
Just a few minutes to talk to them and just bond. We don't have any other time to do anything. So we had a little 20 minutes to go to work and 20 minutes for me to drive back by myself. That's basically my get my head together time. And I try to use that time to, think of what I need to do for that day. And I do use like my Google Calendar on my phone, like document things that, I do repetitiously, like every 2 days. I try and make sure that the baby, at least every 2 days, she has a bath, because it's so hard to make sure everybody has a bath and you're waiting on them to get their bath. And I still got to work and I still got to do this and that. And I'm the only person that's giving her a bath. So, it's a challenge, but like I said, you got to figure out those things you do repetitiously, try and give it a time frame in between those times. If you don't have to run into the same things every day, take that little second to maybe meditate for 5 minutes, or, even just go stand outside and take a deep breath and look at the sky, just something.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. I mean, those are things too, like creating a morning routine is important, about creating like a ritual almost. A lot of people, they will say that they have morning rituals. I like to have an intentional cup of coffee, which is a ritual that I like.
Well, I love that's coffee. My every day. I stop at Tim Hortons and
oh yeah.
And my little friends up there, they'll be happy to hear me on the mic. Is this April? I don't even know my name, y'all.
You're gonna have your own. It's gonna be like April Hortons pretty soon.
I know, right? They keep on messing my coffee up.
But I like having I like this morning. I actually had iced coffee. But yeah, this morning I had iced coffee. I made it at home, and I make it really good. Like I have the iced coffee concentrate and stuff, and I just enjoy it so much. But I had a sip, and I was just like, was sitting here, and I was looking out the window, and I was just thinking about like all the things that I had to do. And I was just like, I was so tired. I got 2 hours of sleep last night. And this weekend was like, I mean, let's just say nicely, it was a bad weekend. That's just putting it nicely. So, yeah, but other than that,
challenging weekend.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah. All right. That sounds even nicer. Okay. So I was just sitting here and I was like looking up, and I looked out the window and I'm sipping iced coffee. I was like, you know what? And I was going to meet with you too, April. And I just did things a little backwards. I think I got just about everything done. But in general, it was a self-reflecting morning. And Mondays, this was one of my first Mondays I could say was the toughest Monday. Usually Mondays are no different for me than like a Tuesday or a Thursday. But in general, like this Monday was a little difficult. I like Mondays. I know most people don't, but I love Mondays. I used to always work and schedule myself for work on Monday because it jumpstarts my entire week. So I'm never like a, oh, I hate Mondays kind of girl.
I
But
mean, I'm gonna say that I might not be ready to wake up, but I don't think I hate Mondays.
yeah, no, and I'm pretty good at it's difficult too because some people are not morning people. I'm pretty good at jumping out of bed and going. My guilty pleasure is that I like to sleep. So in general,
You like
I
that's your
sleep to,
guilty pleasure?
yeah, absolutely. Like I
Sleeping?
sleep to, as my good
How many
friend
of you
Nisi
guys have a
said,
guilty pleasure of sleeping? Can you comment in the comments box? I want to know
as my
how
good
many
friend
people
Nisi
are
said,
like,
April, I sleep to procrastinate.
oh my God.
But
Yeah, I need
I'm
to
like,
know who all like, put in the comments box. I want to just see how many people have that guilty pleasure of sleeping. I myself, if I see the sun is up, unless I'm dog tired, I can't go back to sleep.
seriously?
Can't. I be up too for hours. Like I be up. I be up. Like I don't know why. I stay awake.
I
Once
don't know.
my eyes are open, I can't just go to sleep. Well, I don't know why. Oh, that's I'm
I
just
can,
nosy.
oh, I don't know. I mean, I'm just sleepy. I don't know. I'm like one of those dwarfs, but Snow White. Oh well, that I go to sleep anytime.
Well, if I lay down now, let's make it clear. If that pillow get close to my head for say if I just lay, oh, just let me before it even get there good. Oh.
Well, I mean, I've seen people fall asleep in lawn chairs,
Oh
not
my God.
necessarily, not even make it to the pillow. I mean, I'm not going to name names, but sometimes I've been on like meets and stuff and they've fallen asleep with me there, they don't even live in the same state with me.
Look, y'all, she gonna put me on blast real quick.
I never even said it was you. You just
You gonna
called
say
yourself
all
out,
week?
April. I don't know. You just called yourself out. But anyways, I'm one of those people that I have to be sitting up like with a pillow or something. But in general, I could, yeah, go ahead, babe. In general, I could fall asleep at any time. I'm not picky. And it's just something I do. But for the sake of kids having a morning routine, and I think like some type of structure is important. My son has his own morning routine, which is interesting. That like my son has his own routine, and it includes terrorizing me. So like like we're being honest, aren't we? Like that's part of it. But his routine is that he gives me a hard time for about 10-15 minutes, and then afterwards he gets dressed. Then he will get his hair ready, make sure that he looks decent, presentable, because I don't like when he leaves the house looking like he's got like, a broom on his head or something. And he grabs all his stuff, his backpack, and any little toys or whatever he wants to take with him to school. And then he heads out and catches the bus. And I just have to say, like, I'm sorry, I am going to give myself a cheer because I'm doing fantastic. He's been getting the bus on time, actually early. So I have to recognize my own and be like, because yeah,
Who else
I
gonna do
mean,
it?
who is the bus driver is certainly not going to be like, bravo, madame. Like nobody's going to say it to me. Like she don't care. She don't even know what the heck is going on. She's certainly not going to say, way to go, Jessica. So I mean, I've got to say, he certainly has no clue what's going on. He just knows he's got to get to school. But he does have that 4-step routine, which involves him getting himself ready and stuff. Again, if I can, I go and do my morning reset. And then I catch up with anything, any emails, anything that comes through overnight, anything like that. And then I continue with my day. So, once in a while I like to shake it up and I'll put on
That's a
my
good thing to do. And make sure you check your bank account once a day in case somebody
and I put
tries to
music
scam you.
on. Yeah. My Echo Dot. Shh, don't say her name because everybody knows when you say her name, she starts going off.
I can control her from Michigan.
I know. Artificial
All I do is say the
intelligence.
magic name. Mine don't even say nothing.
She can't hear because I got the headphones on tonight.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Alexa.
Yeah. And she hears you and she answers. These dots answer better than the kids do.
Right on time.
So the other thing I find useful is really making it clear with when you have kids, with your kids, making it clear what the morning routine and morning structure is going to be like. Letting them know, hey, tomorrow we have to do A, B, and C. Tomorrow,
wake up, brush your teeth, wash your face, wash up, or jump in the shower. You gotta have a minute per minute, an agenda like on a wall or something, and remember to put the toilet seat down before you flush the toilet. You don't want any germs flying around it.
And like letting them know where they're going. I'm big on that with my son. My son has a schedule where he sees multiple people.
He was the one that, with his disability, that you had to have they used to make a visionary book of what his day is going to be the next day, where we had to show him we're going to go for a car ride and show you in the car and maybe familiar items in the car. And they had a step-by-step picture to where it showed the school door, and we're going to go in this door and down these steps, and it actually had to be that way. His daily cannot change. But now that he's older, he makes his own. He's going to do what he has to do, as you know. So he's also getting older. He's 13, so he's starting to smell himself a little, along with the disability. But yeah, we're not doing that, so, with that structure, they feel like they know what they got to do as they get to be teenagers. And, that's bad when you have teenagers and you got little kids, because the little kids think, hey, I can do what the big ones do. So you got to make everybody follow the same structure. And that's where the challenges come in.
Right, because everybody probably wants to run different ways too.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
Raina's going to sleep. Nana's going to get up and go back to sleep and I'm going to give you something to eat, man, and
mm-hmm.
How you think you're going to just do it the way you want to do it? This is the way you have to do it.
They don't understand that either. No.
On a daily, you're going to have the structure in life. It's not just me making you do these things. So, the agenda for the day is this. And even if they're not in our homes, if they're somewhere else in someone else's home, it's still going to be an agenda for the day.
Right. Nobody is sitting on the couch, at least anymore, because 2020 is over. Nobody's sitting on the couch eating chips.
2022.
Yeah, that's not a thing anymore. Nobody's doing that. And I mean, I feel like it was fun while it lasted. I didn't do that, but it was fun while it lasted. And now it's kind of picking up the routine and stuff. And it was tough. And it's still tough. And I think it's finally starting to kind of slow down a little bit for kids that went back to school, going out of school, going back into school, and then virtual learning, not virtual learning. And that took a toll on a lot of kids. At some point, I was just no, I'm I can't keep bouncing my kid back and forth. It was just straight up virtual learning. And now he's been in school for the entire year, with the exception of having to quarantine twice. But in general, that doesn't help kids with a routine or an agenda or any type of structure whatsoever. That whole thing backlashes, and that falls on us. That falls on us because when my son takes off a day or two, who gets the phone calls? Not him. No, not him. I get the phone call. Where is your son? Hi, this is the nurse. I'm just calling to see how your son is doing today. Oh, he's fine. He just wants to be a pain in the butt today. Oh, no, he's doing well. He just told me to just, bug off. It's like one of those things. So, how do you create an agenda or your routine around kids, especially when there's challenges of them having to stay home, whether they're sick with allergies, because right now springtime is starting to bloom. It was like 67, 80, 67, 80, 67, 70 degrees, something like that over here today. And allergies are coming. I'm like, what do you do when you got to take your kid? Like your whole day gets thrown off. And what do you do with your routine? What do you do with your agenda? That's the worst. That is the absolute worst.
Yeah.
And working from home, you're flexible, you're able to kind of compensate hours and move things around, but how much is too much? How often can you do that? Should you have to do that?
Not often.
Exactly.
Not often. You can.
Exactly.
It's still the same working from home as it is working anywhere else. They'll hold you accountable for yourself, but at the same time, it's counting against you to where they'll be like, oh, we don't need you no more.
Right. Because if you're not going to be able to hold up your end of the bargain, who does want you? Like you're not
still
being able
sign a
to
contract, even though it's not, it's still a contract.
You're not being held accountable. You're not holding yourself accountable. So, so some tips, some basic advice that we were looking to give moms looking to create or dads looking to create routines and agendas for themselves, specifically trying to work with their children. We're just looking to try to give some tips and totally drop them in the comments if you have any ideas, because the more, the merrier, because we can learn from you the same way that you can learn from us. And we are always looking to improve, especially when it comes to like life hacks, because this here momming is a life hack.
And there is no handbook on being a mom. So
right. And exactly. And that is a life hack if I've ever seen one. But yeah, drop it in the comments, because that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to come together and give you some ways and hope that you can get something out of this. But like April said earlier, writing stuff down, you had a couple of things you were telling me earlier about what you thought as far as agendas. You had different types you were telling me. You wrote them down.
I did have a couple. Like I said at the beginning, to create a task list or a checklist, do this daily. I know some people aren't task or journalers. They don't keep records, but even if you just like put it in your phone, or create alarms on your phone. We do have things that pop up, but on a real reality basis, it doesn't happen every day. So, that's where you factor in maybe, you might take and keep a journal for maybe a week. And during that week, you see that these are some things that stick out. But basically, everything else you are able to check off daily that this is your routine that you usually would have, but this day this was thrown off. You'll see the difference in your time. Again, we all have different challenges in our homes. But we gotta take that a step at a time, as far as just working with, me and Jessica both have kids that have some type of, disability. Not saying that they aren't capable. That's the point. Right. They just choose not to. And with their disabilities, this is something that is out of the norm for most households. So I just have to use that as a disclaimer, because where it is that it might be a challenge for me to use a journal, because I have so many different daily agendas that I know for someone it's going to help them to, sit down and say, hey, at 5 o'clock in the morning, I wake up, I brush my teeth at 5:10, At 5:05, I take a sip of water and then I stretch, things like that. 5:30, I to go downstairs and I do yoga for 20 minutes, and these things, and you eat at this time and you make a schedule for yourself. For one, it'll actually change your whole lifestyle. It'll change your diet because you're scheduling these things out. And this is a proven fact. This is how people function and live on a daily basis. And yeah, everybody has something that's going to come up that's out of the normal, but day by day, things are usually normal. We can't predict that the kids are going to be screaming and hollering and acting crazy, but you're going to factor that into your day because you're going to have 5 or 10 extra minutes somewhere in between somewhere. And that's going to usually be the times that they acting up anyways. There's no, like I said, there's no specific time. Kids act up when they feel like it, but that's all in the structure also. If at 12:15 it's time to go outside and at 12:30 it's time to eat lunch, and you get what I'm saying, they gonna get on that same routine. It's gonna be less, and that's the thing that's missing with them going to school and bouncing back and forth. So I get what you're saying, Jess, and yeah, those will be some things that can help.
My mom is actually fantastic at that. She had a summer camp. Was it last year? I think it was last year. She was running a summer camp and she did virtual learning with kids when there was virtual learning exclusively. And my mom, like, she is like a fantastic schedule, like routine person. Like the dog, like she has the dog downstairs. She lives downstairs. Now, we literally think that the dog knows Rachel Ray's voice because when Rachel Ray comes on, the dog gets a treat. No, the dog gets a treat. So like the dog knows Rachel Ray because my mom watches it, and then the dog gets a treat. And like my mom is so routine based, it scares me because I can't be like that. Like I could not be like that. But when she had those kids in summer camp, and those kids, like her alarm went off, boom, these kids lined up. They came inside, they had lunch, they washed their hands. Yeah, like and trust me, I admire it because listen, I love nice little marching children, who all fall in line, obviously it's like not realistic, it's a dream, but and she had them all line up, they go inside, they wash their hands, they sit down and eat. They knew that they raised their hand. Can you please warm up my meal? Miss Rosemary, can you do this? And these kids knew. They sat there, they waited until they were done, they get ready, they line up, they got their shoes, they put their bags there. This is in the house, and she had like 10 kids. This was like 10 kids by herself. And I mean, she's not a spring chicken, so I gotta say that.
Look at how old them teachers be. They be walking with their canes, still got them kids in a straight line.
She does. I mean, and then when you go and think about it, she's doing it with the dog. I'm saying to myself, like, she did it with Dylan for a week. So she did it with my son for about a week and a half. She's not doing it with her anymore. He still to this day is like, oh, it's 7:00. That means Grammy would be coming up and giving me a shower. And I'm just like, okay, she's not doing that anymore. Like,
but he remembers.
Yeah, like he still looks for that. Like, Grammy would be putting me to bed right now, because this was like when I was getting over my COVID, like that last forever cycle. But yeah, he still like looks based on the clock. Like she really, I don't know what she did. Maybe it's some sort of magic. I don't know. It's gotta be some old school like thing that she did. But
no, they be having fear because they ain't taking it. It's just,
I don't know. I'm just not like and it scares me to be so structured and be like, I don't know. Was she like that when I was a kid?
Probably. You just don't remember because you ain't a kid no more.
Yeah, she'd be like, and I'm like, and I'm like, what? And she's not mean about it. The kids love her. That she was cooking for them one summer, and the kids love the cooking because she cooks fantastic. And I'm just like, what goes on? I'm like, my son doesn't want to eat my food. It could be literally, I could make the same thing she makes, put it in a different bowl. She serves it to him, and it's fantastic. I go and serve it to him. He's like, oh, throw it away. I don't
Yeah,
know.
they be like that. But when they be hungry, they'll learn to eat
So
it.
I have a question, April. Have you ever heard of the 6 a.m. club?
No.
You never heard of that? Okay. So I've heard of it and I don't know how I feel about it, but apparently the 6 a.m. club is just a group of people, just people in general that are out in the morning
Mhm.
before everybody else.
Mhm.
And they don't commute. Um, they're just out and they
What
do
they
things
do?
that other they're maybe bicycling, bike riding. Go ahead, you can shut the window. Riding their bike, walking the dog.
At 6 in the
Uh,
morning.
yeah, and they're doing stuff that we're not doing. And supposedly, people who get up earlier are more successful than people
Mhm.
who don't.
Yeah.
So then there's the 5 a.m. club, which is another one. I'm not part of any of these clubs, just so you know. Sorry, I'm part of the Let's Sleep All Day club. Um,
No. Five,
I'm
I'm
not part of
just
that
turning
club.
over, seeing at the news on like, oh, it's 5. Let me go back to sleep for 2 more hours and then I'm up.
Right. 5
I could
a.m.
do the
club is
7
another
a.m. club.
one. Yeah. Can we push that to 7:30? Yeah.
No, it's only 30 minutes, it's only 60 minutes and need them all. I
But
already ain't enough hours in a day.
like supposedly CEOs take this type of lifestyle and they apply it to their day, and this is what supposedly makes them super successful. The fact that they are able to wake up before everyone else, plan their day, do things that typically would, I guess, be a distraction during the day, maybe going to
Mhm.
the gym, and get those things out of the way, and then they have the rest of the day to plan and be successful. I don't know if I buy into it. I don't know if that's a like pop culture kind of concept or if that's an actual like proven method. I'm not sure.
Well, I know, for instance, let's say the military,
They get up
they get
early.
up at like 5 o'clock in the morning. You know, they got to go out and they got to run. You know, they got to do push-ups. This is a routine.
Mm-hmm.
They bunk got to be made up. You know, they got a structure.
Right.
Um, Even if John fell out, everybody else still gonna be on task. You know, so and they get up before the sun is up. So
Doesn't make a
I
more
know
productive lifestyle.
it does make them a more productive lifestyle. It does, and that's proven because they structured, they discipline, like it's a routine. Routines can be broken, but again, things ain't gonna happen every single day.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we might have some rambunctious kids acting stupid every day. You get what I'm saying? But that's outside of the norm, really. But you just got to find a median, a solution to them acting out. If I act out, then what's going to be the consequence?
True.
So if the consequence is I'm gonna lock you in your room, for instance, that ain't where you got to stay forever. But until I feel like letting you out is where you're gonna be. Because if they go to jail, that's what's gonna happen to them, and they're gonna have structure then too.
Yeah, I don't know if people realize that. For
In
kids, I
jail, you
don't know.
gotta wake up at 6 o'clock to take your shower, 5 o'clock, whatever time they turn your lights on, open your door. You don't get to stay down there and eat in the chow hall until you want to come out. You gotta go line up to be counted at this time. It's like that every single day. Child this time. You doing something when somebody else wants you. You want to do it the easy way or the hard way? That's the question.
Oh God, I don't think I would last. I would be like, can someone please put the snooze button on? I'm just going to keep being really good.
Being really good, right?
Yeah, I'm just going to keep being good because I don't think I could do that. Mom life fits me a lot better than the hard knock life.
Hard knock life, right?
But yeah, so, but I like to also, I remember earlier we were talking, there's hour blocking is another way to kind of set your day. I do hour blocking, but I also do color coding for my day. So I'm very visual, especially on my digital calendars. I need to have everything digitalized and color coded. So work is a certain color. Work is green. I just like to point out that work is green because green is the color of money, and that will allow me to manifest more money. So yeah, okay. And
You
what
guys
else?
try to like work in your day. I don't care if you just go in the bathroom and hide for 5 minutes, because I do that.
Wait, you have that on your schedule?
Nope, I'll try and like fit it in like by at least 11 o'clock, 11:30. If you ever notice, I'm always in my bathroom. The nice one that I decorated, I'm usually in there at that time.
I'm usually working.
Yeah, but
But
you
then
talk
again,
to me
like
at
I
10
do.
something, 10 to anytime between
to
10 and 11:30, I'm usually in that bathroom.
Yeah.
Unless it's a work day, then I'm already gone and, running to either go get Niecy or just get to work on time.
And
But
color coding is, to me, is the easiest way to put things in visual, because I've actually started the beginning of this year working from home, color blocking the morning, a half an hour for my son to get ready, and then a half an hour after when he comes home, because I don't want to work when he's coming off the bus. I want to be like present so that he comes in and I know he's going to be loud and he's like, Mom, look what I made in school. And it's just like, obviously we've talked about this in the first and second episodes where you've got to have, distraction free. And I make sure I don't work. So at 3:30, work is cut off, but it's color blocked that he's coming home. His appointments are a different color from my appointments. And then I actually have a spot where fun activities are a certain color. So if I look on my calendar, I can see like, I haven't done anything really fun, but whatever is going to be fun. Book club, this is probably the most fun I'll have. But if I have like a book club meeting, that's going to be highlighted like bright purple. And visually, you see these things, and then you're kind of like looking at hour per hour, and you're kind of figuring it out. That for me works for an agenda. That works. Planning out definitely makes a difference. I wish I can go back to doing that. I'm just not, dare I say, dedicated and it's so sad because how much money did I spend on my planner, April? Thousands of dollars.
Nice one too.
I know, it was personalized and everything. It was like $100 on my planner, and I don't even love it as much as I should. I'm gonna start loving it more. But yeah, I used to decorate it and really like show it a lot of love and write in it and stuff and put my notes in it, my to-dos, my shopping list, my phone calls. And oh my God, FYI, people, when you do a task, you can write it down afterwards. When you do a task, you can write it down afterwards just to make it look like you were successful at doing that task. No one is going to know. Nobody is going to know that you did it and then wrote it down. I do it all the time because I want to actually make myself look like I had a really productive day. So I make like 4 phone calls, and then all of a sudden, I will do like 4 phone calls and then write them down and like put little check marks next to them. I'm like, oh God, look at this day. It was like so productive. Meantime, it was like I did them 9 o'clock in the morning. It's 3 o'clock in the afternoon. But who the hell's gonna look at it? There's no one. Just me. Makes you feel good. Makes you feel good.
And then you can go back the next day and see like, oh, I did the same thing yesterday at this time. Because believe it or not, when you live every day, things become repetitious, whether you're paying attention to it or not.
It takes time to make habits too. It definitely takes time. Being, I think, kind to yourself while you're trying to put together your morning, and especially when you have family, you have a spouse, you have kids. I think that's the best that you can do for yourself. And I don't know.
I just think that we all need to have some time again to manifest the things that we want. Remember to say those affirmations, everybody. Make sure that you focus on the things that you're wanting out of life and you work towards getting them, not just make the excuse of, oh, I have kids and I can't do it. It doesn't count unless you really put some effort into it. So, we can make sure that we give ourselves those affirmations like, I'm allowed to be loud. My thoughts and feelings matter. I like me. I love me. I am not perfect. And that's okay. You're not perfect, and that's okay. You have to make sure you say it 3 times. You got to convince yourself, because once you speak it into the universe, then that's when it starts to working. So it doesn't activate unless you say it 3 times, though. So, you make sure you say it. I'm doing my best.
Yep.
I'm doing my best. Today is going to be a great day. I'm capable of achieving my goals.
And we're going to be working on an ebook soon too.
Yes, guys.
Yeah.
We're going to be doing workout journal, as we already talked about. We're waiting on publishing for that. And we're going to have just a daily journal, just where, you're going to be able to do your thoughts and, you'd have those checklists daily. And things just to help you. And these same affirmations that I keep saying to you guys, these things aren't new. These things aren't things that I'm just pulling out and just saying. These are things that you could go and you could find. Use these affirmations and don't feel bad because you have to yell. You're allowed to be loud. You're allowed to be loud. You know what I'm saying? Your thoughts.
I love that.
You're allowed to be loud.
Yes, because I am like very loud. I am a very loud person. I think I'm louder than you. You tend to be a little bit more subdued than me.
I can get loud.
Yeah, you're scary though. You're the scary one. I'm loud, but I'm loud in like that.
Then the funny, nice way. Like, what is that?
Like that pep rally way.
Like
go team. Yeah. It means time. It was like, what you touching? Ah. I swear to God, that's what it sounds like to my ears. That's what it sounds like.
Like she's so nice all the time until she's angry. It sounds like a man, a monster.
No, a monster, not a man, just a monster. But gets the job done.
Yeah, I mean, I don't like to get loud, but it happens. But guys, we have had you guys for your hour. It was awesome. Thank you again so much for your support.
March 15th, don't forget.
March 15th, guys, it's coming fast.
It is very fast. The Mommy Power Hour. Don't need to be a mom. You just have to live the life. Yep. And that's when it's all about me time. Pull your friends, pull your coffee, pull your iced coffee, pull your water, and get with the mom life. Just tips, tricks, everything that we've been talking about. Share, right?
Yep, it's free to share. Mm-hmm. Sharing is caring. Make sure that you, just make sure that you are putting this out there to people, because you never know who might needs to hear it. And, most of us are baby boomers or have children. The captain of Mom Life will be with us this week. She's the captain of the Mom Squad. She'll be with us later this week. So look forward to that also. And just keep your head up, man. If you guys, again, need to schedule any time. You just need somebody to talk to. You want to find out how you could just handle a situation. Don't feel bad about just hitting the up above here. It should be where you can do a consultation. It's either up above or below. You can always just, just to speak with us for 15 minutes is just enough. It can help, just help you get your head in the right place, but give us that time to help. Don't be drastic. Don't feel like you're alone. A lot of us don't have moms, or grandmothers or anybody we could talk to, but we're here all the time. And we're not judgmental. We understand that people go through things all the time. So, yeah. Again, I'd like to thank you guys for all your support, and we're going to let you get the rest of your night back. And we want to just tell you we love you and good night from the Mom Life with April and Jessica. Bye-bye.
Bye.